Our next question is from Lee Bandy.
Hi, Joe. My name is Lee Bandy, and my question is regarding Captivate 9. I build web-based training, and I just recently inserted a few short video clips from Shutterstock into one of my projects. My question is related to the playback of the published Captivate file, which is loaded into our company LMS. When the playhead enters the slide with the video, there's a short lag before the video starts to play. I dealt with this problem by adding an image element on top of the player window, which fades out a few seconds later when the video starts to play. So I'm wondering, what can be done to avoid this unwanted lag time when a video is embedded on a slide? Thanks for your reply.
Okay, Lee, so we all know that if we grab a video from our hard drive, for instance, and insert it into Captivate, it's going to become part of our file. And whether it's event or multi-slide, doesn't really matter. In the end, it's going to be in our file and weigh down our file quite a bit in most cases. It all depends, of course, on the size of the video, both the frame size on the screen and the length of the video. So there's some good rules of thumb to follow that will help a little bit. Now, that's not to say that you're never going to see a lag with video. In fact, the solution you came up with, which is sort of grab that first frame and show it as an image until the video starts, it's pretty brilliant. And it's one I've used myself as well at times. But you want to be sure, first of all, that if you bring in a video like this and then start to size it down, for instance, like so, that's not a good thing, because that's telling you right away you don't need to have the video be this big, and you really should resize it in Adobe Premiere or any other video editor so that when you bring it in, it's already the right size. That will cut down on the size of your file, but also it will help the Captivate run more smoothly as well, because not only is it a problem of weight, but it also has to then size it down. Okay, so having said that, there's a couple of other options too. So again, make sure that your frame size is no larger than needed, and make sure that you don't have your video be any larger in terms of bit rate and so on than you need. Let's go take a look at this file right here and see what we can see in there. So I'm going to jump out to my hard drive and go into my media file library. And if we take a look at this video right here and check its properties, for instance, we can see that it is set to 1280 by 720. It's using a data rate of 5,062 kilobits per second, and a bit rate, a total bit rate is the same. Frame rate is 25. That may be overkill. Now, one really interesting thing about this is that if you were to take a video like this and you were to upload it to, say, YouTube, in fact, definitely to YouTube, some interesting things can happen. Well, let's talk about two different things. As you can see, I have already uploaded this video to YouTube. I've set it so that it's not listed, and also that it does allow embedding. What we're going to do with this is then to make sure that, one, let's take a look at the options that we have here. And one very interesting one was told to me by Adobe not too long ago, and I found it to be very helpful. So if we go to the video, and then from there we go to our video manager, which of course, this being my video, I can do that. Once I'm there, if I choose this drop down, I can download my own video. Well, why would I want to do that? Because what I'm going to find is that the video engine that is in YouTube is very, very good. And it has to be, of course, because there are billions of videos on YouTube now. If I take a look then at the two videos, this is my old one and my new one. Okay, they're both 28 seconds long, but look at the size difference now. If we take a look at the old one and its properties, we'll see that, and we'll compare these side by side. So you can see here that this one was set to a data rate of 5,062, and this one here, if we take a look at this one, will be, in fact, only 1851 data rate and 2046 total bit rate. Quite a bit less. 24 frames per second versus 25. Yes, we actually added two audio channels, which was silly because there was no audio in the original file, and I could have probably told YouTube not to worry about the audio, but it's okay. Since there's no audio, it takes up no room really at all. At any rate, you can see quite a bit of a difference there, and the quality is going to be excellent. So that's one trick to try when you are working with videos, and you want to just simply make the file smaller. Put it up to your YouTube channel, then download it again. At that point, if you wanted to, you could just delete it off your YouTube channel. It doesn't really matter. The other thing you can do, of course, though, is to instead of doing that, you're going to instead of putting the video directly on the screen as I did here, what I'm going to do instead is to delete that, and instead I'm going to use a couple of options available to me. Well, there is a really cool learning interaction that's YouTube in itself, but unfortunately it seems to have a bug in the current version. In the next version it's probably going to be fixed and everything will be fine, because it did work really well earlier, but right now it's not at this moment. As of March 1st 2017 it does not work. But there is I just want to show it to you so that you can see what I'm talking about. Sometimes learning interactions take a little bit to open up. There it goes. At the bottom you'll see this YouTube option, and there are a lot of cool options in there, but again there seems to be a problem with it right now. But not to worry, because if we go up to our objects and choose to insert the web object, well, a web object, you can size it the way you want. Then when you look over its properties, you'll see this embed code over here. Aha. Click on that. And now let's go back to our YouTube here and take a look to see how we can share this. So if we go to our info and settings again, or if we just simply go back to our original right here, we can look at the embed option, and there's my embed right there. If I just copy all of that and put it into this window right here in Captivate, well, you're going to see that when I oops, I didn't hit enter, you're going to see that it now will play directly into my window here. I can resize this or whatever, but it's going to be there. So to try that out, let's go ahead and test it. HTML5 in browser or in browser, doesn't really matter. That would be Flash, HTML5, they both should work. We'll try it out. And what we're going to notice though is that it's going to not wait for the video to finish. Play.
Click on each button to learn more about a topic.
And then we went back to Cassie's issue there. So what we want to do is one of two things. Either we have to put a stop on this video and like have a button here that they have to click to go on to the next one, or in this case we could simply extend the timeline to where it's 28 seconds long. And I'm going to do that for one reason alone right now, which is to show you that once you do that, of course, you need to come back to the web object, which is 3 seconds long, and you want to choose to hit Control-E or Command-E on your Mac and show for the rest of the slide. Now, it will stay up there the rest of the slide, but that's not really the solution here, because since they have to hit play to begin with, if they wait too long, it's still going to cut off the video. So rather than do that, I'm going to undo those, and then just simply put a button on the screen. I could put a regular old button, or I can put a button like one of these here. And because that will now have a pause in it, well, let's make sure it does. If I go in here, yeah, I got to pause it. And then this is going to pause. That way I can go ahead and play the video just fine. So we'll try this again. We're going to go to HTML5 in browser and try it out. Let's bring it up so we can see it. Okay, so now we play our video, and we're not going to move forward until we hit that button there. That's an ugly button, but okay. that's the way it works. So yeah, there it is. That's one solution right there to solve your problem, is that put it up on YouTube and let YouTube handle it for you just by putting in the embed code into Captivate. That will make your file much, much smaller because you don't have those videos weighing you down. If that isn't a real option for you for whatever reason, then yes, you will need to try to optimize the video as much as possible. Never make it any larger than it has to be frame size, and use that trick about uploading it to YouTube and then downloading it again and see if that doesn't make your file much better, smaller, and so on. Okay? Hope that helps. Question number 3.